Welcome, everybody. I am Nicole Meyer, and I today have the pleasure of interviewing Nicole Tackett. We are incredibly excited to have her to talk about my career in six. Today, Nicole works at US Bank, and she is the head of product and strategy for corporate payments and treasury solutions. And in addition to that, this year, Payment Source has recognized her as one of the most influential women in payments, and she had the same distinction a few years back with American Banker. So without anything further, we are going to start. Nicole, welcome.
Thank you, Nicole. I'm glad to be here today with you.
Very excited. So I'm going to ask you a couple of very rapid fire questions, and we'd love 1 or 2 or 3 word answers, and then there will be some more in-depth questions. But let's begin. Tell me, what inspires you?
My daughter.
I love that. And what do you attribute your success to? Is it luck or hard work?
Both. You need both.
And what propels you forward?
I think learning new things, certainly, so staying challenged, and also being able to coach and mentor my team.
What's a favorite quote or motto that you live by?
I live by the golden rule: do unto others as you have done unto you. Absolutely, in all that I do.
I love it. So when you're applying for a new opportunity, what percentage of attributes do you feel you need to have, or deep expertise, in order to feel qualified for that position?
That's a great question. I would say it becomes less as you climb up the ladder, right? So general managers and CEOs don't have a lot of expertise in every area that they manage. And so I would say it becomes less as you grow your career, and you just have great critical thinking and decision-making and team building skills.
Thank you. And finally, what's the coolest payments company out there today?
So I don't know if it's a payments company, but what I'm really trying to get my head around is Bitcoin. And there's a lot going on there, and I'm trying to learn.
Wonderful. So now we're going to go into our 6 questions. So tell me, what's been your biggest challenge as you climbed the ladder in the payments industry?
It's staying a step ahead and just knowing where to focus. I think those have been the main challenges, really.
And what do you feel has been your greatest accomplishment thus far?
I have been a part of, across my career and the different companies that I've worked for, a part of great teams, building great teams, being brought in to be a part of a great team. And that really has been my greatest accomplishment, and seeing that team grow and accomplish things, over the course of time.
And any advice that you have for aspiring professionals in the industry? And actually, is there anything that you would have done differently? Any do-overs?
I don't have any do-overs. I wouldn't be here where I am without making the decisions that I did. So no do-overs, but I have a career that I couldn't have imagined. I couldn't have drawn this out, 15, 20 years ago. And so my advice to young women is to be open to different paths. Don't try to have it so planful. And, you might just exceed your expectations.
And so what have you done in your career to bring others along with you, particularly women?
So I do mentor and coach women, and I am my authentic self, in my daily work life, and also when I'm mentoring. And I think they appreciate I call it coaching, right? Because it's more of a partnership. And and they ask, what can I do for you? And I always just say, pay it forward. So go and mentor and coach somebody else. So I do think that's important, that we lift each other up and we pay it forward, and we continue giving to other people along the way.
Mm-hmm. And how important are your networks and connections in assisting you in your trajectory here?
Networks are everything. My last 2 jobs have come from my network. So they are extremely important. And this industry is so small. You never want to burn a bridge, and you just want to kind of, your reputation is super important. So
one offshoot from that, how do you nurture those relationships? How do you keep them up? That's a lot of people to keep track of.
It is. There's certain people that you just know that you should reach out to, and that actually it's a safe place, a safe zone. You're deciding on a new career opportunity, or you have a challenging problem at work that you just constantly bounce ideas off of. And so maybe that's a handful of people that you talk to. But because the industry is so small, it kind of comes back naturally, because it's a co-opetition industry. And so you just kind of come back in different deals or partnerships that you're working on along the way as well, and just different industry events.
Mm-hmm. And our last question. So as a senior female leader, how have you helped shape the culture at your current organization? And has the organization been open to that input?
Yeah, I'm going to take this just a little bit different path, because I mentioned being my authentic self. I do think to show that we're all, sometimes either we're all struggling or we're working, but I also think laughter is so important, and we lose that aspect. I mean, I want to bring joy to people's daily life. And so if I laugh, I think my team laughs, or those around me laughs. And I think people really appreciate that, because if there's no joy in your job, then what are we doing this for? And so I really think that that's important to focus on, every day. And when you kind of bring that barrier down a little bit, you also get bad news faster, right? So people are, you don't want somebody being scared to bring up a bump in the road or a challenge that you're facing. You want people to bring that to your real time. And I think being authentic, having some joy and laughter, really helps in those more challenging times.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Nicole, that's it. That's our time together today. I'm grateful for your time. Congratulations on your success and your accolades. And we look forward to seeing more of you.
Thank you, Nicole. I appreciate it.